Gold is going to continue to drop. Watch till the end of the video so you can understand where I see gold dropping to. Hi, my name is Raji, and I do technical analysis from an educational perspective, and my analysis is also for you to get a better understanding of what's happening on the market. However, it's not a financial advice, so please take it as an educational aspect, and please do your own due diligence when it comes to buying and selling any asset. Okay, so gold, obviously, we've seen incredible increases in prices when it comes to gold. It went up to 5,600 USD, which was very, very high for its price, and that's why we saw a major correction happen. Um, One that actually the last time it happened was back in the 1980s. So it was a major correction, and obviously there's a lot of political decisions that are happening at the same time, which are influencing the price of gold. However, in this video, I'm just going to look at it from a technical perspective, from a chart perspective, and tell you where I believe gold is going to head. So, if we look at the hourly chart for gold, we'll notice that the current price is at $4,748. Um, and that is below the 5 hour moving average line, which is 48.60, and way below the 50 hour moving average line, which is 52.75. Um, on the stochastic RSI, you'll notice that it was recovering, but then it went bearish once again, and it's currently 37.99, about 5 points behind or ahead of the signal. And from a MACD perspective, you'll notice that it's trying to recover, but it keeps going back and forth. Currently looking bearish, and similarly on the TTM squeeze. Now the question is whether it's capable of actually um, going back and taking over the 5 hour moving average line, and then most importantly taking over the 200 hour moving average line, which is currently 5,051. I believe that that's not possible, and we will see further drop in the price. In fact, if you look at this line right here, the 50 hour moving average line, you'll see that it's curving downwards. And once this green line crosses over the red line, which is the 200 hour moving average, 200 hour moving average line, then you should expect what we call a death cross, and this death cross usually comes with further drop in the price. Um, so why do I think it's going to drop even further? Let's look at the daily chart. In the daily chart, on the daily chart, you'll notice that the stochastic RSI is way bearish. It is at 2673, whereas the signal is at 60.06. That's 34 points behind um, the stochastic RSI. So the signal still has a lot of room to catch up, and unfortunately, that's a bad sign. Also, from a MACD perspective, you'll notice that after the huge increase in price to 5,600, now it actually turned around and it's looking bearish. Similarly, on the TTMM squeeze, you'll notice actually dark green bars have showed up and they're shrinking in size. So, definitely a correction happening. The first point of interest from my perspective is the 50-day moving average line, which is 4,484, which I believe we will test easily from that perspective. And then if it breaks through that, then the next point of interest will be the 4381, um, followed by 4200. Um, let's look at the weekly. The weekly has turned bearish as well on the MACD, just dropped below the signal by 3 points, and it's turning bearish on the MACD as well. What's interesting here is that it went below the 5 weeks moving average line, which was 47.37, and that's a bad sign. That's an indication that it could potentially drop even further, unless of course, it will try to recover and overtake the 5 weeks moving average line, but at the moment, it doesn't look great. And from a monthly perspective, it still has room, to be honest, to drop even further. And you'll notice here on the stochastic RSI, it just went bearish. It was in the overbought area for quite some time. So it still has room to drop. And the 5-month moving average line is at 44.28. So again, 4,400 is going to be an interesting area that I believe it will test. And there will be a major test around that. And it will need to recover from 44.28. Otherwise, it will drop even more. So this is going to keep a close eye on this area, but I confidently believe that we will test 44 hundreds. So that's pretty much it for gold. So do not freak out, but definitely a correction, a needed correction, especially after this crazy rise in the price. And yes, the correction will continue. Once again, keep a close eye around 4,400 dish. That's where I would reassess my position once again. So if you like this video, please click the like and subscribe button for more videos of this kind. Have a great day.